It'll be Michigan State to receive as Indiana won the toss, elected to defer. And that in the back of the end zone. So the Spartans will come out with Aiden Childs to begin things at their own 25. So Childs gives it to Mekhi Frazier in the very first play of the game, and he is thrown back by that Indiana defense. Redshirt freshman Rustin Young is at the right tackle position, making his first career start. So a loss of 3, 2nd and 13. Childs just flips it over to Frazier. And this is not much happening at all. No gain, going to bring up 3rd down and long. Devin Boykin on the stop for Indiana. Indiana defensive coordinator Brian Haynes and his team has been very impressive. Indiana has been very balanced on both sides, offense and defense. Some of the highest rankings in several categories in the country. Childs needs 13, and a wide open man he's got across the 40, Omari Kelly.
Big first down for the Spartans.
That's a good sign for this offense. By the way, Michigan State has scored on its opening possession 5 of the 6 games they've played, so they've gotten off to good starts. And this is another good carry by Elijah Tolliver, who gets close to midfield. Gain of 6, brought down by Lewis Moore. 2nd down and 4 from its own 48 on the opening drive for Michigan State. And they've got another first down, and it's Tolliver. And they're getting some good chunks now. From underneath center, play action for Childs. Deep downfield, a beautiful catch there by Kelly. Did he get a foot down? Pons was on the coverage. No, he did not. It was a heck of a catch, a heck of a try by Kelly, but that'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
That's how Michigan State wants to play. Run it, go play action, and try to work the receivers outside versus man-to-man coverage. Just missed there.
That is Tolliver in the backfield, well behind Childs. They give it to him again. This time the Hoosier defense is there to meet him. Aiden Fisher for no gain. Childs pass complete. And it's close to the first down. Nick Marsh on the reception.
They're on the ball. I think they're going to go for it. I think they're just short here, Hicksy.
On 4th and 1. Brandon Tullis, the big running back, is in behind Childs. He throws it out to the flat. They pick it up, and there is Nick Marsh with a good gain. 10th play of this opening drive. Childs dancing around in the pocket, finally fires it down the sideline, incomplete. Childs handles the high snap, and this is Tullis. And Tullis stopped at about the 22-yard line. And a flag is on the play.
False start, offense number 81. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So 2nd down and 15 has it all the way back to the 30. Mekhi Frazier is back in there alongside Childs. And Childs goes out to Frazier, and the pursuit is right there for the Hoosiers. No gain. Boykin on the stop. Pressure. Childs is able to get rid of it, and he's got it to Tullis, and Tullis is down to the 20-yard line. Martin Connington, who's only missed 1 field goal this year, and that was a 56-yarder. Snap is good, hold is good, and Michigan State again scores on its opening possession. The Spartans striking first on their longest drive of the season, which took up 6 minutes and 53 seconds, and Childs looked pretty good there.
He sure did. This guy is a really talented guy. He looks the part, can beat you so many different ways. Good to see him back out there healthy.
This is Connington's kick, headed into the end zone as Henby was back there to receive, and we will get our first look at Fernando Mendoza and the Indiana offense. Mendoza has just been electric since transferring from Cal after a couple of seasons out west. And they come into the flats to Henby. But the Spartans are right there, and that is a beautiful tackle in pursuit by Jalen Thompson. 2nd and 12 after the loss of 2. Mendoza to the air for the first time. And that is a short gain there. It's complete to Hemby. Pass was incomplete, they're saying to Hemby now. So on 3rd and 12, see what the Hoosiers can do in their first 3rd down and long test. Mendoza hangs in the pocket, delivers a strike. 6'5", 225 pounds. That's why the NFL scouts love him. And that's why there's been a lot of chatter that Mendoza might be not just a first-round pick, but the #1 guy. This pass complete in the flat to Omar Cooper at about the 45-yard line. And on 2nd down and 3, right up the middle for the first down into Michigan State territory. So 1st and 10 from the Spartan 48. This pass complete. Another first down inside the 35-yard line goes E.J. Williams Jr. There goes Mendoza. He had most of the Michigan State defense fooled. Malcolm Bell got him up not before a gain of 6.
So when you come into the game, if you're Michigan State, you say, do we need to stop Mendoza running the ball? That's the last thing you're thinking about. But every so often, he'll pull the ball. There'll be a quarterback draw. And just enough times to keep you honest. He's a big guy. He's sneaky athletic.
He says he models his game after Tom Brady.
Don't we all?
And
Dixie?
that's a good model to go by.
I modeled my game after Brady.
We were watching film, and you actually said that he reminded you of Tom Brady, even before Fernando told us that. 2nd down and 5. Just enough mobility to get it to his tight end, Riley Nowakowski. And that's a gain of 8. So this Hoosier offense is suddenly revved up. And that Indiana offensive line is beginning to open up some holes. That is Kalon Black, their offense averaging 44.5 points a game. The pitch here on 2nd down and 3. Short of the first down goes Black. And that'll bring up 3rd down. 3rd and 2. Mendoza, soft roll to the right, finds his man, reaching for the end zone for the touchdown is Williams.
This is what Mendoza does. It's a sprint out. You're going to have a guy in the flat and then a guy sitting right here. The flat's the first read. They cover him. He comes right back inside seamlessly. Bang! Right on him. Puts it right on EJ's face mask. Make sure he gets across. I don't think there. Oh, maybe the elbow before the ball crosses.
The ruling of the touchdown is under review.
It has to be clear and obvious, though, doesn't it, Hicksy?
We'll see it. Looked like that's going to be very hard to turn over, but
we don't have the shot right down the line. Reg, what do you think?
His elbow's down, but there's no telling where the ball is in relation to the goal line. Based on what we've seen, this should be upheld.
Ruling on the field is upheld. Touchdown.
Just like we thought. So it's an 11-play, 75-yard methodical drive by Indiana to take the lead. And Niko Radicic comes in to try to make it a 7-3 Hoosier lead. Got it. I mean, there has been so much hype after snapping Oregon's 18-game home winning streak last week to any other short-range college football turnaround. This is Brandon Tullis in Michigan State with a 5-yard gain to start off their second drive of the game. So the second series for Childs. We were told there was a possibility that we might see the backup in the third series, but Childs has been pretty sharp. This one complete to his other tight end, Jack Velling. Less than a yard for Michigan State. And this is one of those designed runs by Childs, and look at him show his quickness there to quickly skirt out to the outside when it looked like he might get caught behind the line of scrimmage. He was electric early in the season, especially in that double overtime win over Boston College. When he's healthy, he can really turn the game around. Childs lofts this one up. Nice pass complete to Krishan McCray. D'Angelo Pons was in coverage, but not before they moved the chains again. In the final seconds of the first quarter, a quick moving first quarter with second drive going for Michigan State. To start the second quarter, and Childs will begin it with a pass out to Tau Tolliver. It's another big gain. Play clock down to 1, so they just get it off, and they lose 3 yards. Mikhail Kamara got in there behind the line of scrimmage. Last year, Michigan State failed to reach a bowl game for the 3rd straight year, so there is a sense of urgency. 2nd and 13, Childs trying to tightrope his way down the sidelines as Nick Marsh, gain of 9, sets up 3rd down.
It's going to be run inside or hard play action pass.
Childs under center. That is Frazier behind him. And he gives it to him. And Frazier going to be tough. Stop short. That'll bring up 4th and short, about a yard.
Remember earlier when they went for it on 4th down, they loaded it up. Childs threw the quick screen to Marsh. I could see them doing a similar situation called a run pass option. Childs likes to look, hand it off. If not, spit the ball out.
Call it a yard and a half. And we got a timeout for Michigan State.
Here comes pressure.
Indiana showing it. Childs going to keep it, and is he going to get there? I don't think he did. He tried to reach for it at the last second. Isaiah Jones was in there as a lot of red jerseys came in there and converged.
Fast, physical, relentless. That's what Cignetti wants. It's a hit. It's a turn.
There's a reach right there.
No doubt. I think it's a 1st down.
And they gave it to him.
I like the call. They were showing a shell look, and then they brought pressure, and Aiden Childs ran right into the pressure. Ran over Bones Jones, extends the ball, 1st down, knocking on the door.
Big down, big time 4th down conversion. Ball at the 16 now. As Childs was able to just reach across and move the chains, keep the drive alive. This time it's going to be a loss for Brandon Tullis. Both teams scored on their opening possessions. Indiana with a 7-3 lead and another impressive drive by the Spartans. 2nd down and 12 now. Childs stands in, drifts to his left, flags in the backfield. Childs has some running room, gets flipped inside the 10, but we'll check on the flag.
That's what Childs can do. You're probably going to get a holding penalty here.
Holding. Offense, number 58. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
From the gun on 2nd and 22, Childs trying to pick a lot of it up, and he's got a lot of it with Krishan McCray, but that's going to bring up 3rd down after a gain of 14.
That's where Childs has improved. 2nd and extra long. Let's cut it in half.
Childs, quick drop, pass complete, 1st down and more. How about a touchdown by Nick Marsh? Michigan State scoring on its first 2 drives, field goal, and then the strike to Marsh.
Absolutely love it. It's man-to-man look, and then they drop into zone. You see these guys going deep. There's a big hole right here. Just throw the ball to Marsh on a slant route. Big crease inside. Too easy.
Marsh with his 5th touchdown of the season. And Michigan State grabs the lead back. Connington to make it a 3-point lead for the Spartans, as Michigan State has come in here in a 3-game losing streak and has taken a 10-7 lead, as Indiana will come out to begin its latest series at the 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for Mendoza and Henby, and Roman Henby goes nowhere. 2nd down and 10.
If you're Jonathan Smith in Michigan State, you feel awfully good about how this game has gone.
Yeah, and the big key that Joe Rossi was telling us, we want to get him those 3rd and long situations, not the 3rd and short. And this is a 1st down pickup to E.J. Williams, who earlier had the touchdown toss for Mendoza. Again, a 19 for him. Malcolm Bell in the coverage.
Hicksy starts up front. Watch this protection. Okay, Mendoza's standing back there. He said he likes to model himself after Tom Brady. That's what Brady looked like. Remember, he would just stand in the pocket and wait and wait and wait. E.J. Williams, a big part of this plan early on. Mendoza's on the money.
First and 10 from its 44. And they've got him in the backfield. Hemby for a big loss. And that is Quindarius Dunnigan. Rossi's defense ranks in the bottom 5 in nearly every statistical category in the Big Ten Conference. But his team has been playing with a renewed enthusiasm. This is a nice dodge of the tackle by Nowakowski, who goes up the sidelines for a huge gain before Malik Spencer finally upends him after a gain of 38.
If you're asking me one guy who embodies this Indiana football culture, is this guy right here, Riley Nowakowski. 6'1" tight end. He does all the dirty work. Doesn't always look the part. Gives him a hip, takes it away, getting north and south, and finishing the run. Big time conversion by Indiana.
All the way down to the Michigan State 24. Mendoza with a deep drop. Complete to Surratt. Surratt with a move. Gets to the goal line for the touchdown.
Just a drag route by Surratt. Again, protection is clean. Clear it out down the field. Get the ball to this guy. James Madison transfer. Came over here with Signetti. And he, too, represents what this program is all about. Productive guy. You're throwing the ball, good things happen. A little move here. They must be working on that cutback move, Hicksy.
Well, Morian Smith had a chance at him, but Surratt had him grasping it out crowd. They didn't always sell out football games here at Memorial Stadium, but not until Signetti right. Is that him on the left or the right?
How good is that?
Oh, I got the look-alike there. He's got the cards, the whole thing going.
Imitation, finest form of flattery.
That's right. You know you've made it when you've got the students or people in the stands imitating you. He's got to, he's got to get all those one-liners that Signetti has made famous, right? So Michigan State trying to answer Indiana's latest touchdown. Childs is in here on this third series. And he's got his pass complete to Jack Velling. He's won everywhere he's gone, and he's won right away, Zora. That has been the formula for Signetti. And this is a nice move by McCray, turning more yards in after the catch. Childs has been red hot through the air, avoids the pressure behind him, goes right across the middle, and connects with Kelly. And Omar Kelly with a big game before Pons drags him down. It's been a new and improved Aiden Childs in this game for sure. Indiana's defense on the first down and 10 call. Not much of a gain at all as Aiden Fisher helps close the gap. Childs avoiding the pressure. Pass is complete to Mekhi Frazier. And he maybe gets a couple. They need to get to the Hoosier 31.
Showing pressure. I bet they back out.
On 3rd and 7. Looping it on the outside, and good pursuit by Indiana. Isaiah Jones led the charge, and that is a loss of 1 for Frazier.
Quick kick.
That's it. Childs just got to step back and just boots it, trying to angle it, and it goes into the end zone. Fernando Mendoza played for Cal for 3 seasons before transferring over here to Indiana and having Signetti kind of fine-tune his quarterback skills. He said it's been an absolute pleasure to have that kind of coaching. And he starts off this drive with a beautiful pass to Omar Cooper. 24 yards from Mendoza to Cooper. And a good visit with Mendoza. He said one of the things that Signetti worked with him, especially when he first got here, was footwork. Signetti said he needed a lot of work on that, but he's cleaned it up. This pass complete to Cooper. And for a gain of 2 as we've reached the 2-minute timeout. Ben Roberts, the guy that made the play in the last play as we went to break, came off hobbling, so he's being helped off. Ben Roberts, the defensive tackle there, who did not play last week, so that's not good news as he was back in the lineup. So 2nd down and 8. Mendoza to the air and trying to get the first down is Cooper. And he does. Mendoza standing in there, buying a little time. And then throwing to the sidelines, incomplete. Intended for Nowakowski. That was Malcolm Bell who put a hit as the ball was arriving. Low snap for Mendoza on 2nd down and 10. He picks it up and gets close to the 1st down to about the 35-yard line.
And if you're Mendoza, you just got to be aware of the situation now. You're still in the 2-minute mode. It's 3rd down. It's 3rd and short. Anticipate this being 4-down territory. They can take their time. You got 2 timeouts. Clock's pause on a 1st down. So you have a lifetime. This is a big down, though. Looks like man-to-man coverage.
3rd and a couple for Mendoza. Looks right quickly, and he's behind his receiver, Surratt. 4th and 2. Kalen Black standing next to him will provide some blocking for Mendoza. He's going to try to pick it up through the air, and he does. He's got Cooper for a gain of 7. Clutch play.
Okay, now they're on the ball. Clock will pause. Ball came out a little funny. Cooper finished it.
Right up the middle. Big gain. All the way to the touchdown goes Black. So they pick up the 4th down, and then Black takes it 29 yards to the house, where Cignetti had all that success before coming here to Indiana. And that is Radicic who tacks on the extra point to make it 21-10 with just under a minute left. This time he gets some big time leg in it. He usually does. Frankie is so good. So the threat of weather remains as Michigan State tries to put something on the board here. Childs with a nice look off goes underneath to Frazier. But Kyle Kamara on the stop there for Indiana. Gain of 4.
Been pretty effective all day long. The screen game just to get the 2-minute drive started.
Childs, quick drop, quick strike. Pass complete. 1st down to Nick Marsh. They give it to Frazier, and he's got the 1st down. 2 timeouts left for the Spartans. Down by 11. Childs just drifts it out. Just a short little pass to Frazier. He tries to turn it into something else. And they do get the timeout short of the 1st down. A gain of 9 for Frazier. 2nd down and 1. 19 seconds left. Childs surveying. Pass complete. And it is a 1st down.
Get on the ball.
To Tom Tolliver. Michigan State out of timeouts.
Use the sideline here. Get the ball out of your hand into the flat.
Childs is in trouble. He's going to go down. Last thing that needed to happen for Michigan State.
Let it go.
And that is thoughts of Mendoza after you saw him for the first time kind of up close.
Love him. Love him. I believe the hype. I think he's smart. He's a football guy. He's an excellent decision maker. He's big. He's sneaky athletic. Excellent arm. Consistent stroke. He's played awfully well.
And they start from the 25 with a 21-10 lead. And right to the air goes Mendoza. And a nice big chunk of yards. And they're going to mark him. Yep, he's going to pick up a 1st down. Surratt for a gain of 12.
You know, we talked about the James Madison guys. That's where Cignetti came from. And last year he brought 13 JMU guys here to Indiana. This year they got 7 guys. And they happen to be some of the best players they have. Surratt, awfully good outside. Just the ultimate playmaker for their team. Makes a lot of little plays, a lot of big plays.
And this is a big play as Mendoza gets hung up there for a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. Just shy of its own 40. Mendoza near side. Ball batted down. That was some close coverage there on Omar Cooper by Dontavius Nash. And the flag comes in.
Pass interference, defense number 28. The ball will be placed to the spot of the foul, automatic 1st down.
By the way, Ben Roberts, number 55, is back in the Michigan State defense up front there. So that's good news for the Spartans as the Hoosiers try to bang ahead here. That is Hemby.
That's the 10th carry for Indiana on offense. They have not made a ton of yards running it, and neither has Michigan State. It's just the efficiency of each team's passing game. That's what's led these drives.
Yeah, Hemby's been basically non-existent as far as a rush gainer. Down the middle, Mendoza's right on the mark for a touchdown. Omar Cooper Jr. So Cooper has won along with Surratt. 3 touchdown passes now for Mendoza, and this lead has been lengthened. Last 5 games in this series, the home team has lost. Indiana doing its part here to turn that around. Up 28-10 with an impressive minute and 51-second drive there to start this second half. So we'll see if Childs and company can come back. On his first series, Childs is hung up in there, tries to get a yard out of it, but that is all. They give him a yard. Maybe it was a half gain, so second down and long. Childs calmly comes back, and he picks up the first down with his favorite target, Marsh. Catches racking up again for Marsh. He had 7 catches last week in the loss to UCLA. He's up to that same number. As Childs gives it to Elijah Tolliver. Gain of 1. Childs, 2nd and 9. Pass complete. Near side, tight end, Michael Masunis.
Decision making, got 3rd and short here, 4 down territory for Michigan State.
And they're going to try to run it. Nothing there, and reverses his field, Frazier, and it's going to bring up 4th down. Right at midfield here. 56,000 plus, looking for a stop here to take over on downs. Childs with some time. Pass complete. He's got the first down. And that's Omari Kelly who hauls it in for a gain of 16. Totally different quarterback than the last couple of games. Sets up the screen here, and this time Jack Belling's got nowhere to go. Brian Lindgren, the offensive coordinator for Michigan State, told us we may have some openings in the screen game, and we've seen him try to take some of those, but Indiana showing some good D here. Try to stop this drive. Here's Childs on the move again. He's up to about the 31-yard line. A gain of 2. That'll bring up 3rd down. Childs calmly looking downfield. Pass is broken up, and a good play there by D'Angelo Pons. This is going to be a 50-yard attempt by Martin Connington. He's got a big leg. In fact, he made a 50-yarder on the first play of his career for Michigan State earlier in the season against Boston College. Snap good, hold good. Looks like he got a good leg into it, but it's no good. Big brother has been showing the way right now. He has just been red hot. Quick hit there to Williams.
You know, we talked to Fernando about this yesterday, and I said, you know, what was the dinner table conversation like? You're going to transfer from Cal, younger brother's at Indiana. I'm going to transfer to Indiana and go compete for the starting job there. And, you know, they just talked it all through. I think Alberto, the younger brother, was convinced that Cignetti was going to bring in a transfer quarterback who had more experience anyway, so why not his brother?
On the ground, right up the middle for the first down. Another reason why this Indiana turnaround and Hoosier football story is a good one. Off the latest first down. Up the middle for a couple goes Kalon Black. Alex Van Sumeren finally puts a stop on him after a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7. As the Hoosiers try to extend this lead. He's got some pressure, Fernando does, but he gets it out, and it's a good tackle there in open space on Omar Cooper by Amorian Smith, who kept him short of the 6. Mendoza is 17 of 20. Gets the first down here. That stoic look on Cignetti's face. He is all business. It's what he's had to do everywhere he's been. Mendoza with a quick strike shows the strength of that arm. He can get it out in a hurry this time to Williams again.
Yeah, what's so impressive about him to me is he doesn't need a lot of space, and he doesn't need a lot in his lower body. He comes out of the fake. This is an RPO, a run-pass option. If he likes what he sees outside to Williams, he's going to give him the ball. So out of the fake, it's almost like he's turning two, playing shortstop or second base. Really, really quick, efficient release.
And he's fine with those underneath throws, right? He's got the patience to not have to take the big home run ball. Reminds you a little bit of the guy you backed up for a few years.
Yeah, no doubt.
Underneath, another good chunk. It's just Mendoza's got 271 yards through the air. That's a season high for Fernando, and he wants more. What a throw to Surratt. 27 yards for the latest touchdown. Aiden West had no chance there for Surratt. Picks up his second touchdown catch of the game. And all of a sudden, the Hoosiers are blowing this open a little bit. Fernando's a great story. Mendoza's got 4 touchdown passes in a single game for the 4th time this season. There have been 18 sellouts in the history of Indiana football. 8 have come under Curt Cignetti. That's about all you need to know about the impact that he's had on this city, this program, as Michigan State tries to claw their way back in it. It's a good pickup there by Jack Felling. Gain of 10.
Get it out in space. They got to pick up the pace and tempo here. They're down 25.
Just short of the first down. Now they've got it. That is Omari Kelly picking it up. Flag comes in late.
It's going to be a holding.
Holding. Offense, number 6, 10-yard penalty. Second down.
A swift-moving quarter here in a game that was delayed just really, when you total it up, just about 20 minutes as it blended into halftime. Childs, nothing going. Flushed out to the left. And now wants to keep it. Trying to pick a hole. We've got more flags on the play.
It's going to be a holding penalty again.
Holding. Offense, number 5. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Second down, 21 now. Spartans backing up on this latest drive. And looking for a hole, not much at all for Mekhi Frazier. 3rd and long after a gain of 2. Deeper drop this time by Childs, and he went for a deep shot. Incomplete. 4th and 18, and a punt coming up for the Spartans. First punt. We did see a short kick earlier in the game by Childs. Jonathan Brady awaiting the punt by Ryan Eckley. And Brady turns it into a pretty good return up close to midfield. The Indiana faithful wanted to make sure that Cignetti was going to remain a Hoosier, so thus the 8-year, $93 million contract for a guy who said, what, 10 years ago he was making about $120,000? Age 64, all of this happening for Cignetti. And that is a nice run there by Hemby. The ball comes loose at the end of the run, but it's ruled down.
Down by rule prior to the ball coming loose. It's second down.
This is the end of the down here. Looks like his back hits before that ball comes out. I'd be surprised if they overturn that. You know, you talk about Cignetti. I walked into the indoor facility. They are going to check it out.
The ruling of the runner down prior to the ball coming loose is under review.
Yeah, you know, you talk to Cignetti, and, you know, he's got this big, huge contract, and you're thinking, all right, you talk to him, you're in there for 30 seconds in the room, and you know nothing's going to change. So it remains Indiana's ball, 2nd and short. And the Hoosiers pick up the first down with Hemby. Van Sumeren on the stop. It took care of business, and again, it was an extension. He was already making some definitely decent contract, but you get up in the stratosphere of the Penn States and all these big programs that are searching for college coaches, you've got to get into the double digits. I mean, it's as simple as it. you can sell it. And that's what they did. Play action here as Kalon Black running for a gain of about 5, which could be the last play of the third quarter. Little play action. Mendoza just with a perfect pass to Cooper.
How many times have we seen that? Put the ball in, pull it back out, and you see Cooper run up and run out. And, you know, we talk about...
Receiver downfield, offense number 65. 5-yard penalty, second down.
And Carter Smith released a little bit too quick there, Coach. 2nd and 11. Mendoza on the money again. And he's got Nowakowski.
Yeah, so he proactively leaves Alabama, national championship team, and says, I want to be a head coach. Goes back to Indiana University of Pennsylvania, where his dad coached a long time ago. Smaller program. He wins there. Then he goes to Elon College. Then he goes to James Madison. Every place he wins, and he wins right away.
Yeah, year one. I mean, he does it. That's the most incredible, I think, of this latest turnaround, Coach, is it wasn't like, all right, we're going to get some transfers in, and then we're going to start winning, you know, it'll take me a couple years. It's right now, and it's Himby right now in the loose. Almost broken. Fernando on the mark again. Not much at all here for Jonathan Brady. We asked Cignetti the influences on his coaching career here on 2nd down and 11 as Kobe Martin gets his first carry. He said, no doubt about it. I was influenced by my dad. He said his dad was a quiet, big leader. He coached at IUPU, where you mentioned Kurt got his first chance. There's a lot, you know, you can see the seriousness. He talked about his dad was a very serious guy, but you can also see a little bit of Nick Saban in him.
No doubt.
He coached for Nick Saban. You coached for Nick Saban. And there's a look at Cignetti, Kurt Cignetti, the Indiana head coach there, and we've got all the other guys along with him.
Kirby Smart along with Nick Saban, 3 legends.
That's Surratt, who hauls Mendoza's latest catch in. Fernando is just hitting with precision. I mean, he's been so good all year long, but he's now 24-27 for 332 yards.
Yeah, and 4th and 4 right here, and a decision by Cignetti. Kick the field goal. Looks like he's going to take a timeout. No, here he goes. They're back in the huddle. Looks like they're going for it. They do a lot of RPOs, run pass options. Hand it off if you like the look. If not, spit it out. It's a big part of their offense. I can see him using it right here.
Mendoza. Oh, what a precision throw.
I don't think he got the left foot down.
He didn't get it in. E.J. Williams. Boy, was this another beauty by Mendoza. Childs has been the quarterback throughout. And this one skips in front of Marsh.
Being your best regardless of what the circumstances are.
Indiana showing some pressure on Childs. He gets rid of it. And the pass complete. He wins. Google him, as he likes to say. Childs breaking loose for a huge gain, and Childs has a chance to take it all the way. Trying to get away from Sharp, who's not going to let him. But Aiden Childs showing his athletic ability and speed, who again coming into this game, we didn't know if he was going to go beyond a series or 2. But pretty healthy there, all the way down to the Hoosier 20. Got some pressure and just throws it away. Boy, Childs is starting to feel that pressure now. That Indiana defense getting in his grill. Elijah Hardy got close.
He might get a grounding here.
Intentional grounding, offense number 2. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. It's 3rd down.
There's Aiden Fisher.
3rd and extra long here. 21. Try to cut it in half.
Again, Childs flushed out, able to get the completion to McCray. And still that'll bring up 4th down.
Indiana just makes you work for everything. everything. They're a good tackling team. They make the catch, but there he is, Fisher, going to tackle you.
And it's Kellen Wyatt down for Indiana. It's Kellen Wyatt, who's just made his way off the field. He's been a heck of a defensive lineman for the Hoosiers. And the offense still on the field on 4th and 13. Down 25, why not?
Looks like pressure.
Coming along, and they get him. That is Stephen Daly. Childs never had a chance. Indiana defense. 9 minutes left to put away Signetti's 13th straight victory at home here as head coach.
This guy, if you ask me, his #1 quality is he finds a way to make sure complacency does not sit in. He had that expression last week, rip off the rearview mirror. We're not looking backwards, we're looking forward.
And you take into account what happened last week, snapping the Ducks' 18-game home winning streak, the first time they'd ever beaten a top 5 opponent on the road. I mean, there were so many reasons why you might come back here, homecoming, be a little flat, be a little full of yourself. But Cignetti, just not going to have any of it.
Yeah, he's on it. You know, they have this expression, humble and hungry, and this is a hungry program. And they play with a chip on their shoulder. They play with an edge, and it all comes from him. The energy of the leader pervades the group, and his DNA is all over this program and how they practice and how they play. So that'll be the big challenge for them going forward, maintaining that same edge.
Fernando Mendoza still in there at quarterback on 3rd and 1, and he's got to be flushed out, looking to get the first down.
You know, we've talked about this a lot with NFL players, Hicksy. You know, quarterbacks, they get to that point in their careers where it's more than just, hey, I'm just going to do my job and make good decisions and all of that. There has to be a leadership component where you will the team. And the way you will the team is making plays like that. We've seen it a lot in the NFL. Justin Herbert is kind of breaking through that ceiling. Mahomes has been doing it for years. And, you know, this guy right here, when you make a play like that, when your strong suit isn't running, but you reach, drive, stretch, compete to keep the drive alive, you know, your teammates see that. You're pulling them with you.
Got the shirtless guys in the stands chanting Heisman Doza.
Yes.
I mean, he's, I don't know.
We heard the ABBA tune earlier, Fernando.
He's an impressive guy, Fernando Mendoza.
You know, when it was Bill Musgrave, senior assistant with the Cleveland Browns right now, quarterback coach in the NFL forever, he had been at Cal, and he saw Mendoza and gave him his only offer. When that circumstance happened, they had an opening. He went down across the country, Miami, Florida. Come on out to Cal. Come play for us. And, you know, you think about the twists and turns in life and how these things happen and the decisions people make and how they affect you. Something else. And this guy took advantage of his time at Cal. He's certainly taking advantage of his time here. And you talk to him, he's one of those guys you're betting on in life. You're betting on him as a player, but he'll be successful at whatever he does.
Alberto, younger brother's hoping to get some time here before this one is over. 2nd down and 7. Kobe Martin in the clear. Keelan Black now in there. And 1st and 10. Deep inside Michigan State territory. And here goes Black. Just into red zone inside the 20 for a gain of 2. 2nd down and 7. Just banging away up front. That's Martin again. If you saw the Oregon-Indiana game last week, you also got a glimpse of how physical Indiana can play on both sides of the ball up front.
No doubt. And, you know, you mentioned that game, and you're talking about Mendoza. Maybe the biggest sequence of the year for him and for this team was after he throws the interception last week at Oregon for a touchdown. You know, you throw a boomerang as a quarterback, sometimes that can shake you. He came right back and threw the game-tying and game-winning touchdowns for Indiana. And afterwards, Cignetti said, hey, we don't want you to be like a chandelier where you get dropped and you get shattered all over the place. We want you to bounce right back. And that's what Mendoza has done. That's what this team has done. That's what Cignetti's instilling.
Well, here goes Fernando, showing a little bit of those legs. Said, all right, we scored all touchdowns. Let's add a field goal by Radicic. He kind of develops a team message. He gets into his office at 5 a.m. and he starts thinking about what's the message this week, this game.
And what I love about it is his thought process is, what does this team need?
Well, here is Alessio Milivojevic, who we thought we might see earlier in the game because Childs has not been 100%. But he's a redshirt freshman from Naperville, Illinois, getting another chance. He's spelled Childs more than a couple times this year. In fact, filled in for him last week. And there it comes. And there goes the release. And there goes Tau Tolliver.
Boy, he's got to feel good about his performance today.
Absolutely. Childs was 27 of 33 for 243 yards. That pass complete to Evan Boyd.
You know, this is a really good team they play. He said we can play well and we might get blown out.
Milivojevic with a nice toss there again to Boyd as the rain comes down. Milivojevic trying to avoid pressure, does a nice job, but then is it eventually brought down. But he even admitted to us that this whole transition into big-time college coaching has come at a good time for him because that's what he does so well. As that pass is incomplete into the end zone.
He's been masterful, not only being the head coach, but the general manager building these teams.
Milivojevic gets some pressure, but gets rid of it. It's incomplete, brings up 4th down and 12.
I'll tell you what, Cignetti's been incredible. Good job here by Michigan State going down and getting some points at the end of this game.
Connington gets the field goal as the rain is really coming down now. The clock stopped at 33 seconds. Solomon Van Horst just skidding into the wet turf. It's really coming down here.
Mike Shanahan is offensive coordinator, James Madison guy. So he's brought a lot of these guys with him. Tremendous loyalty. He treats his people the right way. Pretty easy to see why he's had so much success.
They're the only guys. I mean, he's brought them along. He's the only coach they've ever coached for.
Coach, you ask your guys this all the time, so I'm going to ask you. Are you having fun?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going to have a lot of fun tonight.
Thanks, Coach.